Namaskar. Today's topic is iron deficiency anemia. We all know what is anemia. Anemia is the deficiency of hemoglobin in the blood. That is, there is some normal range of hemoglobin which should be there in the blood, and that normal range is different for the different age of people and different gender of the people. For male, the value is about 13.5 gram per deciliter of blood to 17.5 gram per deciliter of blood. If we will round off these figures, then it is about 14 to 18 gram per deciliter of the blood, and for female it is 11.5 gram per deciliter of blood to 15.5 gram per deciliter of the blood. So if we will round off these figures, then it will come 12 to 14 gram per deciliter of the blood. This anemia can be due to very different causes. There is a very vast etiology and pathogenesis of the anemia. Having the broad category of the anemia, the one of which is iron deficiency anemia. As the name suggests itself, iron deficiency anemia means there will be the lower level of iron in the body which will cause anemia. As we all know, hemoglobin means heme plus globin. That is, heme is iron content while globin is the protein content which is formed from the amino acids. So in hemoglobin, heme is an iron content. If there will be a deficiency of iron, then it causes the iron deficiency anemia. This is also known as hypochromic anemia. As the name suggests itself, hypo means low and chromic means iron. So if we will put these together, then the terminology will be hypochromic anemia. The definition goes like this: hypochromic anemia due to iron deficiency is the commonest cause of the anemia the world over, and there will be a low level of iron in the body. So this is the most commonest cause of the anemia in India or all over the world. About 20% of the women in childbearing age group are iron deficient, while the overall prevalence in the adult male is about 2%. So while during the gestational period or during the pregnancy, when the woman is having her baby, that time the deficiency is about 20% in the women's. Then there are some abbreviations like MCV, MCH, MCHC. We all know, we want the full form of these. Then MCV is mean corpulous volume, while MCH is mean corpuscular hemoglobin, and MCHC is mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration. Now, hypochromic anemia is classified into the two groups. One is hypochromic anemia due to the iron deficiency, while other one is hypochromic anemia other than the iron deficiency. So one is majorly from the iron deficiency. If there will be a low content of iron or low concentration of iron in the blood, as we all know, iron comes from the diet which we take daily. So if there will be a low concentration of iron, then this will cause hypochromic anemia due to iron deficiency. And another one is hypochromic anemia due to the other deficiencies. These other deficiencies have the three group of disorders. One is sideroblastic anemia, second one is thalassemia, and the other is anemia of a chronic disorders. In this sideroblastic anemia, there will be a ring form in the cells of the bone marrow. So this is called sideroblastic anemia. Thalassemia is also sex-linked recessive disorder, while anemia of chronic disorders also contains different type of category. So we will study this further. Now next one is iron deficiency anemia. Okay, so our first topic is in this iron deficiency anemia. The commonest nutritional deficiency disorder present throughout the world is iron deficiency, but its prevalence is higher in the developing country. Basically, it is an overview of iron deficiency anemia, that why we all develop it. So first of all, it is iron metabolism. The amount of iron obtained from the diet should replace the losses from the skin, bowel, and genitourinary tract. The diet which we take daily, we get the iron content from them. So the iron content which we get from the diet is get replaced by the loss of iron from the skin, bowel, and genitourinary tract. Then there is some data given below about the usage of iron which we take daily. That is, In adult male it is 1 mg daily, and in non-menstruating female also, while in menstruating female the iron additional loss is about 0.5 to 1 mg daily. The iron required for hemoglobin synthesis is derived from the two primary sources. One is the food which we take, that is our diet, and another one is recycling of iron from senescent red cell. What is the senescent red cell? So we all know the red cell dies after 120 days of their lifespan. So after 120 days it get into the spleen, which is called the graveyard of the RBCs. This graveyard of the RBCs let the RBC breaks into its component, that is heme plus globin. The heme which comes from the senescent red cell again utilized by the body, and this iron is again used to form the hemoglobin. So there are two sources of iron. One is diet, another one is recycling of iron from senescent red cell. Then next one is an absorption. The absorption of iron occurs into the stomach, mainly the part of proximal jejunum and the duodenum. Okay, so the absorption of the iron occur into the duodenum and proximal jejunum. The data of its absorption is given in this slide, so you can go this further, like it is given in pregnancy and in iron deficiency the proportion of absorption is raised to 20 to 30%. So this data you can go through this slide. There are some components after which the absorption of the iron increases, like ascorbic acid, that is vitamin C, citric acid, amino acids, sugar, gastric secretions, and HCl. These all components increases the absorption of the iron in the body, which is get absorbed mainly in the duodenum and proximal jejunum. Then there are some factors which enhanced its absorption. Then some factors are also there which diminished its absorption, and these are phosphates, ethyl diamine tetraacetic acid, that is EDTA, pancreatic secretions, milk and acids. Then next is the transportation of the iron. This transportation occur by the divalent metal transporter. Okay, so the iron does not go like a blood, and it needs a membrane, that is the divalent metal transporter. So that is DMT, divalent metallic transporter. In the gut cell, ferric iron may be either stored as ferritin or further transported to transferring by two vehicle protein, ferroprotein and heparin. So through the DMT, the iron, that is the ferritin, it is stored in the form of ferritin. While it is ferritin, then it can further transport and forms the ferroprotein and heparin. The exact transportation of iron is not yet till known. After absorption of both non-heme and heme form of iron, it comes into the mucosal pool. Major mechanism of maintaining iron balance in the body is by intestinal absorption of dietary iron. When the demand for iron is increased, menstruation, periods of growth and various diseases, these occur, and the iron loss occur through the excretion, or we can also say by the menstruating blood. Then next one is the excretion. Excretion occurs by itself. The amount of iron lost per day is 0.5 to 1 mg, which is independent of an iron take. So basically excretion occurs by itself. There is no any way through its excretion. Excretion occur by sweating, by loss of feces, or through nails, hairs. These are the methods for the excretion of the iron. Then next is the diagram which shows about the all transportation, absorption of the iron and its excretion also. So we can all see this is an iron, then iron goes for the transformation and form the ferric transferrin. This ferric goes to the bone, and that is in the bone marrow, and then forms the HB, that is used for the RBCs. And next one, the ferric goes into the liver and form the ferritin. This is the reversible process. Then now is pathogenesis of iron deficiency anemia. One is from increased blood loss. If there will be an increased blood loss due to any injury or any type of thing, like this increased blood loss can be acute or chronic. If it's an acute, then it occurs into an accident or an injury, while if it is chronic, then it can occur like hematemesis or in hemorrhoids, while other diseases. Next one is increased requirement. Sometimes the need of the body is increased for the hemoglobin, for the iron, but the amount which we are getting is not enough for its requirement. So the next cause is increased requirement. Third one is inadequate dietary intake. We are taking our proper diet, but the intake of iron in that diet is low, then it is an inadequate dietary intake. Next one is decreased intestinal absorption. This relates to the disease of DMT, that is divalent metallic transporter, or any other cause of jejunum or duodenum which help in absorption of the iron. So there will be a decreased intestinal absorption. These are the pathology of iron deficiency anemia. Next one is the etiology. So etiology mainly females in reproductive period of the life. We all know in reproductive period the females goes through the menstruation. So this menstruation sometimes can also lead to anemia in the females. There will be a blood loss, or this blood loss, if there is a heavy menstrual flow, then it leads to the anemia. So this heavy menstrual flow can be due to insertion of the IUCDs or any other infections. Maybe cancer of the cervix can also causes the anemia first. Then next one is inadequate intake. Inadequate intake of iron is prevalent in women of lower economic status. Then increased requirement during pregnancy, as the body demands more of the iron, while if the female is not getting that much of iron, then there will be a anemia. So in the pregnancy also the anemia increases. So the patient get into the anemic stage. Then one further cause is the postmenopausal female. In postmenopausal female, there will be a uterine bleeding. This uterine bleeding can be carcinoma of the uterus, bleeding from the alimentary canal, or maybe hematemesis. These are the different mode through which the hemoglobin content decreases in the body of female. Anemia is mainly uncommon for adult males to develop iron deficiency anemia. So because the loss of iron deficiency anemia in adult male is so low as compared to the menstruating females, while if the person is having peptic ulcer, hemorrhoids, hookworm infestation, or carcinoma of stomach, that is Sea of stomach, or large bowel syndrome, IBS, that is intestinal bowel syndrome, then this leads to the flow of blood through the body, and this will decrease the hemoglobin level and causes the iron deficiency anemia. Then next methods for deficiency of iron in adult male can be urinary tract through nose, lungs in hepatitis, in various type of cancers, or in tuberculosis also. Now we will go to the clinical features. The clinical features of the anemia. So basically the clinical features are fatigueness, palpitations, difficulty in breathing. These are the major clinical features which will we get from the anemic patient. The onset of iron deficiency anemia is generally slow, and the usual symptoms which we will get from the patient is weakness, fatigue, dyspnea is difficulty in breathing on exertion, palpitation, pallor of the skin, and the nail bed will also turn yellowish in color or pale in color. The face color will appear pale in color. Sclera will become pale. Older patient may develop angina and congestive heart failure. We all know what is angina. Angina is a heart pain. Okay, then next one is patient may have usually dietary cravings such as pica. Menorrhagia is a common symptom in iron deficient women. Menorrhagia means deficiency in the blood flow during the menstruating period. So this will occur if there will be a low deficiency of iron. If there is a iron deficiency anemia, then patient will go through these symptoms. Next one is if the anemia remains for longer time, that is the chronic iron deficiency anemia, then the symptoms will be there will be a change in structure of the nail, that is the nail will become the spoon shaped nails. Then next one is the tongue will become atrophic glossitis. This also leads to the ulcers in the mouth. Then next one is the movement of the esophagus will be irregular and this may cause dysphagia, that is difficulty in swallowing. Then the eye color will become the pale and the nail bed also become the pale. These are the symptoms of the iron deficiency anemia. The first symptoms which we have discussed earlier, like palpitation, sweating and difficulty in breathing, that is dyspnea, these all are in acute iron deficiency anemia, while later on if this anemia become chronic, then there will be a structural change in the body, like structure of the nails will change, structure of the esophagus may be changed, there may be any diverticulum. So these are the symptoms of the iron deficiency anemia. For any query you can comment in the comment section. Thank you.